That's right, guys. We're going to do a review of the Konflikt 47 starter set. I have two of these. One because of customs, and the other one because I had some extra money lying around, and the starter set's amazing value. Probably one of Warlord's really good valued sets in a long, long time. And yeah, there's enough stuff in here you can build a lot, especially with two kits. There's been some controversy on the points on the differences. So like the Americans can be built up to max of 800, and I think the German side or the Green Vault side can build up to like just under 500. I think there's a few reasons for that. I'll go over, but the main one I feel is it feels like the German stuff, the Steinhelm guys, their armor 7. So off the bat, they're really, really tough dudes to deal with. Now, granted, the Firefly troops have the X Thompsons, so they do have penetration, but like it's penetration 1, so all of a sudden you're needing 6s to wound. And I want to say the Sturmgalho guys also hard to kill. So yeah, they have like basically think of like almost a feel no pain kind of save. And then yeah, they're just tough dudes. So let's go ahead and open her up. I want to say there's enough stuff to do 2 legal forces. How the walkers both fit into it. Damn reflection. How the walkers fit into this, I am not 100% sure. But yeah, let's just open this bad boy up. I can tell you this much. Yeah, it's like 10 pounds. And these right now, MSRP, are like 152 bucks, guys. Hell of a value. Just really good value. So for $300, if you got 2 of these, which yes, I kind of did, there's enough stuff in here. You could probably do really nice size, at least 1,000-ish points armies out of that. So let's open this bad boy up. I'll go over the contents, tell you what we think. Yeah. Next time this will be up, I'll have this kind of mounted, and we'll start opening this bad boy up. Alright, guys, I kind of give me a little bit wider screen. So this is the starter. It comes with a lot of stuff. So we'll just kind of open her up. Like I said, I have 2 of these. One because of customs, thanks. So already, ton of different decals for all the vehicles. Those are for the Americans. This is the shoulder pad ones for the Firefly troops. Nice rule book. This guy here, a lot of them they're all full color, guys. They're really nice. This is actually a hair larger, it feels like, than the other one. If I haven't said in the other video, the rule book was really well done. Really, really well done. Osprey, I have to put it off to you. And then Warlords, you guys did a good job. So the rule book, you get one of these in there, obviously. You get a dice bag. Now, it's kind of funny because with the Rift dice now, you have way more dice in the bag. And as some of you might have noticed with the camera, yes, I'm a very heavy set man, but I have extremely large hands. Yeah, just big hands. I'm gonna have a hard time reaching my dick beaters or get dice out of that bag. But hey, you know what? It's cool to give you a dice bag. They used to do that in the past. You get a 2-sided mat, which is kind of cool. Rubble strewn. It's like a heavy paper, not really vinyl, but heavy paper. It's kind of a nice little touch. They've never done that in the past. I guess if you're doing teaching games, especially with the size forces they have, this is good to have. So that's kind of cool. One thing I did get with this, I got the limited edition art print, which is really cool. Well, not limited edition, but I'll show you. One thing I did kind of go overboard with, so it's like the picture, it's the full art picture of the cover of the box art. It's really good. When you don't have all this stuff, there's so much crazy stuff happening in this picture. I'm definitely going to get that framed. It can come a little bent up and a little bit of indentations from shipping. Hey, I blame Customs for that. They had it for 2 weeks. Yeah. I don't want to get into it, but art's just really good. That guy, dude's got you stuck up on his spike. Like I said before, I like the aesthetics. Really cool. So this did come with my order because I did pre-order, which is kind of awesome. And then this little holder, and here we go. So you get 2 special figures. You get the Firefly Lieutenant, and then you also get a Huntman or a daggone guy in power armor, which is kind of cool. Firefly and the Sturmtruppen. So these guys are that resin. Really cool models. Like I said, the new Stormhomen, they come on 32s. Most other power armor stuff I've seen so far is 28. Although I know there's a few other factions. The Japanese, the Russians have usually 2 marks of power armor. I'm assuming a lot of the newer marks are come on 32s, but I can't confirm that, guys. But yeah, so they're a lot chunkier, but they're in super power armor. They're awesome dice. They give you enough rift dice. So there's green for American or whoever, which is kind of nice. Like I said, I bought a bunch of rift dice because I wasn't 100% sure of how much rift dice we're going to use. And honestly, guys, believe it or not, I had a little bit of inside knowledge on this. I had talked to some people, and up till production of stuff, believe it or not, a lot's changed. One of the things I can kind of disclose, there was a time where almost all the guns had unlimited range. All but like a bunch of the small arms. They changed that. They wheeled that back pretty heavily. I'm not sure why. But there really wasn't a concession of how much order dice or correction, rift dice you're going to need. Because not all the units use rift dice. But I can tell you from this construction and stuff right now, you're kind of at a disadvantage by not using rift dice. Kind of cool. A lot of them have a big old air bubble. They roll kind of weird, but they're nice. I guess you really can feel the difference, but that's whatever. Like standard pin markers everyone gets, which everyone just, them numbers are so hard to see, so no one even uses those. All right, so you guys have already reviewed these guys before in the new set. There's 5 sets of legs and a ton of arms and only 3 bodies. So people are already taking green stuff and making new torsos. I'm sure we're probably weeks away from STLs of torsos. Like I said before, because how the arms are designed, you could easily magnetize these dudes, which I think that's what I'm going to do for my guys, honestly. I'm going to end up magnetizing them because they do have like at least 2 different weapon options. So yeah, because they can carry an MG44, which is the light machine gun, or they can carry the STGX. I think it's the 44X. So I am going to magnetize those at least. And originally, this light anti-tank gun was a squeeze bore. Originally, that was supposed to be dual modded, so you would fire just like that gun. You could fire almost like a light anti-tank. It is like an anti-tank gun, but you could fire it also like an autocannon. And it had multiple shots, but they kind of toned it down. It feels like, not sure why, but it's just a ton of head options. Really cool. Now the Firefly dudes. These guys are fucking chunky. They are a hair larger than your typical 28 mil dudes. And I think a lot of it is because they have a they're dripping with kit. It's hard to kind of see, but My camera sucks. They all have like knee pads, like web gear all over them, like a special harness. And then seeing how the jump pack kind of is, it kind of like just is molded to their back. It just kind of sits on there. They have a ton of weapons on here too, guys. They have like flare guns. They also have, for you guys that have been ex-military, the Law, the old M72 Law. It's not called that, but they have a version of it, which is kind of cool. It feels like everyone has some anti-tank weapon now. There's a ton of laws on here. They have bars. Believe it or not, flamethrower. That's something Fireflies can take. And a whole bunch of variations of the Thompson. There's like 6 guys on here. Really cool. You have guys jumping off stumps. Kind of very dramatic posed. I think the only problem that Konflikt 47 is going to have in the future, which a lot of war games are having right now, cool models with dynamic poses, that eventually leads to storage woes. You either magnetize them, put them on a metal sheet, put them in like a box. When it comes to foam, you might have some issue with a lot of dude. Even like the Stumhole guys, they're humongous. So, really cool model. These are going to be cool to paint up. I think you end up getting like 16 of them. I want to say it actually tells you the contents of this bad boy. It's on the, of course, it's on the back. Let's see here. This is a great video. Yeah, it does. So you get 12 Firefly guys. So what that kind of basically means is you can run 2 squads of 6. So you get, like I said, there's actually, with that being said, there's 9 sets of legs on here. Oh, okay. I'm 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I got it. So they also have the same, not problem, but they also have the same thing of there's only 6 torsos on here, guys. I just now noticed that. So there's 3 generic torsos, and then there's 3 guys with torso leg combos already, and then there's 6 sets of legs. So I think these will be a little bit easier to cast, or dare I say it, I don't think it'd be too hard finding another torso equivalent. I guess the only bad part is there is only 6 jump packs. But again, that's all one piece. I see a lot of folks recasting these in green stuff, maximizing what you get out of here. But honest to God, this thing's dripping with stuff, guys. Like, good on you, warlords, making these super efficient. There's a bajillion head options, like different the regular heads with no helmets, 2 different versions of like breather masks. Like, well done, like just well done. Looks really, really good. So another sprue. Okay, so then we get to our first little spider tank. Like the other one I went over, looking at it, you can build all 3 turrets for this guy. I definitely recommend that, so you get extra life out of your vehicle. There's the auto cannon turret, the grav gun, flamethrower, and then there's like it looks like the turret from the Flak Panther. It has like 2 30 millimeters on top. I think it's only 20s. So you have that guy, who's the German equivalent. And then you have the big dude, linebacker. And I can tell you this right now, this model, it's got a lot going on. There's just a ton of stuff, man. I don't know all the weapon options. I've heard people online kind of complaining a little bit, saying that some of the pictures of the loadouts don't match the rules, I guess, like what you can actually load it out with. I don't know. I haven't really looked. I do see a Tesla gun. I do see the super bazookas, auto cannons, heavy machine gun. I don't know. I really don't, guys. So I think that's been a big complaint. I have seen people magnetizing these bad boys already. They just scream magnets, dude. Which is cool because you can get a lot of life out of your army. As in, like, you can drop points real easy. And I'll be honest, most folks we play with are kind of cool. Like, oh, this thing has autocannons instead of heavy machine guns or whatever. But, you know, a lot of people are, what you see is what you get. I don't think Konflikt as a, there's the base for him. I don't think Konflikt has a competitive scene such as Bolt Action. Bolt Action's competitive scene, I think, is really well. It's like really good. Firefly bases, 28th. And then you have some terrain, guys. A lot of terrain. It's very interesting because it's all ruins. And just looking at some of the ruins, the Warlord's famous for their ruined cottage or hamlet and everything. This here is interesting as in there's slight sci-fi elements, like certainly radiators, some extra piping, like that right there. I don't think that's ever been. I know Germany had a weird Art Deco style because a lot of the game is taking place in Europe, but that's interesting. Like, looks a little bit sci-fi-ish, but these are really cool. These will be fun probably to put together. So you get 4 sprues of that. Looks like they're all the same, which is kind of, yeah, they look they're all the same. But that's kind of cool. Oh, then you get your, I've seen everyone use your template, which is cool. Then you have all your little dog tags with like hidden, moving, vehicle stuff. There's a lot more hidden on here. I listen to some people who use these simply for pin markers. You know what I mean? And then these designate like rank for officers and stuff. Yeah, it's weird. A lot of folks don't really use these for much other than pin markers. That's kind of cool. I kind of think maybe go away from this, guys. Like do the template, but go away from this part and make more tokens. A dog tag thing's cool, but I don't know. So there's that, and then extra base for Duder. Some more jump bases. I have to say as well, call for reinforcements, some of the other stuff. Again, that's that Nischenjäger, Tesla Stewart. That's kind of cool. Videos getting a little bit long, but we're almost done. So here, their instruction manuals, guys, they're fucking phenomenal, dude. Linebacker, jump walker, freaking, and they go over everything with this bad boy. All the stuff's numbered, literally start to finish, all the construction parts of it. I like how they've gone a little bit detailed and showing like some other things that people have done, or like maybe parts that need some servicing, because there's times some of their older manuals for Bolt Action are a lot to be desired. My camera's almost there. Wow, this thing's eating up the film. It's kind of cool. Gives you all the weapon options. Kind of what they look like. That's cool. And like again, it's just a repeat of everything else. Like you've seen the Spider Walker, you've seen the Stillman, the Firefly guide. It kind of tells you what everything is too, which is awesome. Like all the options. So yeah, you can't beat that. These are really well done. Like I said, in the past they've well, that's the other version. So this is a smaller set. This is actually probably what comes in the big one. I want to say the actual box, I forget how many Fireflies come in, but I know there's 9 of the mech dudes, or the power armor guys. And I think they're both around $56 to $54-ish. But like, yeah, these are really nice. Kind of gives you all the options. And what's nice is too, like, your imagination, you can go hog wild with a lot of the stuff. So, alright guys. For some reason my video is down to 10%. This camera is draining its battery. But yeah, that's my review. I think it's a good product. I recommend it wholeheartedly. Like I said, this is $152 MSRP as of right now. And I'm sure you can find it cheaper online. But you get a lot in here. Like I said, it's packed with stuff. It's definitely, I haven't played the factions against each other yet out of the box. So I don't have any playing experience yet. The one thing I can say from, wow, this thing's just beating battery all of a sudden. The one thing I can say, flight is one of the newest mechanics for this game. So kind of read on flight. It does a lot. And there's a lot of units, believe it or not, that have flight. A ton of the mechs have it. Almost every, I think other than Japanese, and even, I think the British might still do it. I think almost every faction, other than maybe the Russians and the Japanese, as of right now that I know of, have jump troops that can fly. Like your Fireflies, your Fallschirmjägers. I think the Italians have like Avente flyers. So flight's a really big mechanic. Trying to get I would just kind of start learning it now. But yeah, I think it's a really cool set. That's what comes in it. There's probably been a ton of these already. This is our review of it. We have 2 of them. Yeah, we're just going to be getting stuff built and getting stuff ready for doing some demo games hopefully on the table. Maybe a couple how-tos. But alright guys, this video's getting kind of long. I'm the Guild Master with Heavy Metal Wargaming. If you like what we do, like, share, subscribe, that whole mumbo jumbo. A lot of this stuff we got here, guys, we purchased this ourselves. This wasn't given to us by influencers. Warlords didn't send it to us, which they kind of did. So we purchased all the stuff ourselves, guys, and play with it ourselves. So if you like what we do, we appreciate you liking and sharing. And if you want to support us, we have like a little bit of a guild store, which sells like t-shirts and hats. Buy a couple t-shirts. I think they're reasonably priced. We don't make much off of them, but hey, it's kind of cool. If we see it, the shout out. We have some of our own products coming out soon. We'll see when we launch them, but more to follow about that stuff later on. But all right, guys, I'm the Guild Master. I'll talk to you all later. Remember, always seize the objective.